I'm going to throw out some names and you tell me. Might put him on the spot still to tell me whether or not, Julian Forte can done these guys.
I put it this way. Before you ask me the question,
Yeah.
is there any name in your throat? I'm gonna tell you yes. So you don't really need to throw out the names.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, the channel of undiluted sports content. Today, we have in our virtual studio Julian Forte, Jamaican track and field sprinter. Julian Forte, the personal best of 9.91 in the 100 meter and the 19.97 in the 200 meter. Who would you say is your role model in this sport, or role model overall, Julian?
So in terms of track and field, I've been looking up to Usain Bolt from high school days. I think most Jamaican sprinters, he would be one of their role models. Shelley and Fraser Price. Training, so knowing the type of person that she is and how dedicated she is and the type of work that she puts in on a daily basis, it's really impressive, and it's definitely something that I aspire to be like. I don't know if I can be as dedicated and as focused as she is, because she's on a different kind of level, but I definitely aspire to be on that kind of level. So those two are two of my role models.
So them really set the standard for where track and field and sprinting should be in terms of preparation and work ethics.
Well, I can speak for Shellyan because I've seen it. I can't really speak for Bolt because I never trained with him. But from what I've seen, and to be very honest, you don't get to the top by goofing around. I don't care what nobody's telling you.
You have to put in the work.
You have to put in the work. No matter how talented you are, if you want to be at the top, you have to put in the work. So,
who would you say is your biggest rival?
I don't think
right now.
In 100 meters.
In Jamaica or outside of Jamaica?
I don't think I have any rivals. I can't even think of one person. So
From the Nesta.
And I mean,
Training partner.
Training partner. We always push each other. So we have a little, I guess you can call it like a friendly rivalry. Kind of, jeer each other and kind of try to do things to get the best out of each other during training. So you kind of get that same thing going in competition. But I don't think I have any rivals. I can't think.
Right now he's like a beating stick.
No, sir.
No, I'm not want to do that here. Come on, man. Next time is watching,
Beating stick, man. He's a
big up Nesta.
He's like a big brother to me. Show me certain things when I, as younger, just kind of cutting my teeth in the professional arena. So it's somebody that I have a lot of respect for, and he has done, so many great things for himself and for the country. So I think he's somebody who is definitely somebody that I can learn a lot from in terms of how to handle certain situations in the track and field space.
You talk about big brother. How important is it to have that sort of guidance for a young athlete trying to make it professionally?
I think it's extremely important. You don't know how far that something like that will go for somebody. So I've had people who, you know, I give words of encouragement and give, you know, some good advice here and there, and the kind of appreciation that they have for something like that is immense. And you kind of just never know what that does for somebody. So I think it's definitely something that's important to have. Not everybody has it. So I'm grateful that I have um, that kind of guidance.
All right, speaking about Big Brother, how is it like training with Asafa? And tell me, you run with him? Yes or no?
Well, all right. So the thing is, training, you know. So you can't as much as they see us play around and we joke and we trouble each other and, you know, threaten each other and say, well, we're gonna do this and that kind of thing is more fun to kind of get the competitive juices flowing. But you can't really watch you know, how you're doing training versus how somebody else does in training, because it doesn't necessarily play out in competition. So
Not a true reflection.
and we don't really race really. And it's not a true reflection or representation of how competition will be. So it can be look like that. Yeah.
What are some of the times you're running in training?
Well, we don't really run our so in training I wouldn't run 100 or a 200 or a 400. That's not how we train. We train mostly either over distance or under
60
distance
meters.
based on it depends on what we're working on. So we'll work on different aspects of like 100-meter race. So say on a Monday we might be working on the middle of your 100. So it's not always about, you know, times. It's about working on each aspect, you know, trying to put a complete race together when you have all the aspects done.
We notice you don't want to tell us, but that's all right. What would you say, Jared?
No, we don't really run. We don't really run. So if I tell you
the secrets out.
No man, if I tell you what kind of time I run in a say 150, it don't really mean anything. You understand what I mean? So it not going to necessarily mean anything to anybody. But what I can do is, you know, judge based on, you know, the times that I would normally run at a certain time versus the time that I run now to see, you know, kind of give myself an idea of where I'm at. But the times don't really mean anything.
What would you say are some of your major achievements and some of your failures? Yeah.
Well, my two of the biggest achievements that I think I have is my times in the 100 and 200. So not a lot of people run sub 10, sub 20. That's one of them. I have yet to achieve a medal at World Games. So that is something that I would obviously, you know, like to do. So I think my two biggest achievements are my times in the 1 and 2.
And definitely this Olympics you're carrying home the medal, and we will be behind you 100% for both events. The man laugh.
I appreciate the support.
Yeah, you don't have the rivals, boss, so I bet I'll well look for.
Yeah. How hard it is to juggle YouTube and your career?
It's not that difficult because I kind of know what I'm doing in terms of editing. The only problem is sometimes the week don't really play out how you expect. You know, some things come up and I don't get to edit. So like the video that I put out for this morning, I edited it yesterday after the track meet. So sometimes it can get a little bit difficult, and it kind of a little tedious. It more kind of make me a little tired, but on Sundays we kind of rest, rejuvenate, and get ready for the week.
Yeah, man, and people go and subscribe to Julian Forte YouTube page.
Yeah, man, subscribe, and if I like.
Yeah, man, all that.
So my channel is about just kind of giving people a behind the scenes look of what goes into preparing for a championship. So where whether it be the national championships, world championships, or the Olympics, kind of giving people, kind of sneak peek of what goes on behind the scenes and we prepare for like track meets and things like that. So you can just go on YouTube, search Julian Forte, and you should see my channel.
Right, so I'm gonna throw out some names that you tell me. Might put him on the spot still. Just tell me whether or not, Julian Forte can done these guys.
All right, put it this way. Before you ask me the question,
yeah.
Is there any name on your throat? I'm gonna tell you yes. So you don't really need to throw out the names because I'm not coming anywhere to compete. So yeah.
All right. So what Hughes? Is that her name?
Yeah. Oh, you still show the name?
Yeah, man. I still show the name, man.
Well, the answer remains the same. I'm not really go this for losing, so yeah.
All right. Lyles.
Huh?
Noah Lyles.
Same answer.
All right. I don't know.
What's next? What's next for you? Where will you be competing next?
I'm not sure yet. I think we should have a next meet in Jamaica. So I'll say I'm not sure yet. See what coach have planned.
So the meet that was completed Saturday. I see where they ran heats and stuff like that. Isn't there going to be a continuation for finals and then stuff, or it ends here?
No, man. What happened is a time final. So they just run a series of races, and then they just kind of have a list of the fastest times. So it's not like a qualification for the other meet or anything like that. It's just one run.
Okay. Are you aware of what the national trials format will be? Or that's not yet discussed? Will it be?
To the best of my knowledge, the format is always the same. So unless it changes, then I'm aware.
Okay, everybody show up at the national stadium over a weekend and they just compete, and whoever wins qualify.
Yeah, so for the Olympics, it's usually the top 3 that qualify, as long as all of them have met the standard, the qualifying standard time. So yeah.
Without the likes of the legend Usain Bolt, do you think the sprints are in good hands?
Well, we have to make sure it's in good hands, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so I wanted to speak to the youngsters out there who want to take up track and field. Just tell them, give them an advice or something.
Well, it's extremely difficult work, and as opposed to like football or basketball or tennis or any other sport, there's hardly any fun part of training for track and field, right? The fun mainly comes in the competition. So you just kind of have to know that it's going to be a whole heap of hard work, just putting in a bunch of physical activity to kind of get to the point where you want to be at. But the most important thing is that you love it and you have fun while doing it, because if not, then it really makes sense.
Julian, we want to thank you for being part of the DTM virtual studio. and the DTM family. Right. There you have it, Sports DTM fans. Another quick talk with none other than Julian Forte. No Rivals is the title of this one. No Rivals, 100 or 200 meter, and he's here to take the athletic world by storm. And we're looking forward to great things from him and the Olympics, no doubt, medals, of course. We want to hear your comments or your views on this one. So leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, follow. Tell a friend to join the Sports DTM family and join Julian on his YouTube channel as well. Be blessed.